Hi guys, Micheál Martin, the former Taoiseach and current Tánaiste or Deputy Irish Prime Minister, made some comments to the BBC's Mark Caruthers which will no doubt cause some heads in Belfast to explode. He was referring to the Windsor Framework, which builds upon the Northern Ireland Protocol, which in turn, as we all know, is a consequence of Brexit. Martin told the journalists that the Windsor Framework represents an opportunity for unionists, but some people like the DUP leader Jeffrey Donaldson missed a chance to take advantage of that. This will certainly go down badly in some DUP and loyalist circles. Have a listen.
I take in good faith Jeffrey Donaldson's commitment that he wants the Executive and the Assembly back. I think the Windsor Agreement was a major milestone. I think actually unionism should have claimed victory on the Windsor Agreement. Much of what they had campaigned for, the vast majority of what they campaigned for, was delivered in the Windsor Agreement.
You think that was a mistake by Jeffrey Donaldson?
I do. I think it was a missed opportunity because things were provided for in the Windsor Agreement that unionism was told couldn't be provided for 2 years ago.
It's not so much the Windsor Framework, but it's the Northern Ireland Protocol itself. Because the Northern Ireland Protocol provides an opportunity for unionists to strengthen the union, despite Brexit. So what I mean by this is that Northern Ireland is in a unique position. It has access to the UK internal market, and it's a member of the EU single market when it comes to goods. No other part of the world has that advantage. The Republic of Ireland doesn't have that advantage, and Great Britain doesn't have that advantage. So this is an opportunity, and as long as it stays in place, it creates a unique opportunity for Northern Ireland. Now, if Northern Ireland became part of a united Ireland, it would lose that opportunity. That would be gone. Northern Ireland will be part of the EU, fully part of the EU, and it would no longer have the same access to the UK internal market because it would no longer be part of the United Kingdom. That would be gone. That should be something that unionists they should be promoting that. They should be saying this is why we shouldn't be part of a united Ireland, because we'll lose access to the UK internal market. But unfortunately, and I've said this before, their main issue was not the Northern Ireland Protocol, it was not the Windsor Framework, it was Sinn Féin. They painted themselves into a corner because they allowed fringe elements, both in their party and outside their party, the DUP, to paint them into this corner where they refused to go into government with Sinn Féin. Now, when Sinn Féin became the biggest party, they had to go into government with Sinn Féin to form the executive, but they decided not to. And they had to come up with an excuse. Of course, the excuse was the Northern Ireland Protocol. Now, Jeffrey Donaldson has been on the record and has been exposed as somebody who supported the Northern Ireland Protocol at the beginning. But then when it became clear that they had to get out, they couldn't go into government with Sinn Féin because they had hinted that they wouldn't do that. And of course, it would undermine their position. The headbangers outside the party were putting pressure on them not to go into government with Sinn Féin. They described it as a betrayal of unionism. And people like Jim Allister from the TUV continued to say that any formation of a government with Sinn Féin is a betrayal of unionism. So the DUP were stuck. So all they had left was, well, we're not going to go into government because of the Northern Ireland Protocol. They knew, or they were being extremely idiotic, which is sometimes it's difficult to determine with the DUP, but they knew, I believe, that the UK government was not going to scrap the Northern Ireland Protocol. They were not going to scrap the Windsor Framework. They were not going to go back, never mind the rhetoric, but they were never going to go back on the withdrawal agreement. There was no benefit to the UK government in doing so. Boris Johnson lied to people, but Boris Johnson has lied to people all his life. The DUP believed that he wouldn't lie to them, and then we saw the result of that. So yes, it is a huge opportunity for unionists, but they're afraid to grasp it because it would mean they would have to go into government with Sinn Féin. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.